Hello? Hello. I can hear you. I can see you. Can you?
On that chair right there, on the first table. Or is it the table, Sheena? Oh, we're on the.
That's my phone. Okay, hold on.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, we might have met before, I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, so.
Oh, you're okay.
You know.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
I can.
Okay. We're trying to get camera placement right now.
Okay.
So this is Lynn Keller, the Executive Director of Opportunity Alliance.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, we met yesterday on Zoom.
Yes, he is my placeholder. How does that look to you all? That would be where Senator Ratty would be standing. Or sitting.
Sounds good. Yeah.
I have to try and get as much of a front. What do you guys think? Can you see?
Yeah, but we want to see what it looks like big.
Okay, well, I'm just.
And then they. Sorry. You can make it a full screen, right?
I'm working on it.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
asking.
Okay, Lynn, you talk.
Hello, everybody. My name is Lynn Keller.
Hello. Oh, it's backwards. Hi.
Okay, I'm trying to get her big.
I'm already big.
The other side, the United Way. But we want to see the other. We don't need to see that.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, we need them big.
Your little name tag.
You know what? Okay. What's his name that's gonna do it?
Michael?
Michael.
One or two of the front side ones.
We really don't ever need to see Lynn, so if we set it on that, as long as
Oh, but you need to see Senator Ratty.
No, we don't.
Oh, they do. Right. Okay, I'm
the
sorry.
only thing we want to make sure is that Las Vegas.
You have them already. I'm
Trying to figure it out. Oh, hide non-video participants. There we go. See, okay, can you guys tell me how you made that big?
So what we want to do is leave that screen on big.
See, theirs is big. How do we get ours on big?
There should be something in the top corner that you can click to make it big, and then you can pin the video that
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, thank you.
And
Thank
that's
you.
all we need. We don't even have to put it
a
on.
long time ago.
How does Lynn look in the corner? Are you guys good with that?
There.
Can we move? Can we move this out a little more?
Hi. I know. I know I've had so many conversations.
Move it over here.
Yeah.
I'm Phyllis. Great to meet you. Thank you for all of your work you guys do.
On her face.
Ah, there we go.
So you can see it like, yeah, so when she's talking.
I printed all of the talking points.
the camera pops up so we can.
They said we should be able to flip through them as.
Okay.
I don't know if you
Here we go.
what I did, and I just grayed out the other people's cards.
Yeah.
True. Maybe because I need. I've had to add in Tracy and I know that we'll be adding in a couple other people. Great. By not flipping. I just when I get here, I can see them. I wanted to. No,
We get to tape. We'll tape it. Oh, there we go. Good. I'm glad you're doing it. There we go. All right. Thank you for your help.
Okay. So I
Really.
save the headphones or up and down quite a bit. Yeah, that's what I Thanks. How are you? You look so nice. Yeah. Good. I know he's really cute.
Oh.
Yeah. You're gonna get me off. I'll be there in person. That's terrific. Tell everybody what's wrong with the session and
you're right after.
how to defend. Come up.
Okay. Oh, wow, for you.
I thought I had.
And I got a chance to kind of.
Yeah, so I'll do the I'm going to be on the call. Connor.
The program director for the Nevada Free Council. He is the vice program here. Who wanted to know what it was. They didn't want to be out there spouting something. I will grab a card. We're doing tax time. Coffee. And are you listening here?
Great, there you go. It's mine. Try not to get it all. Is it, David, is it so?
You're on the end, so. Where'd you end? I would say right here. Okay.
That way she can. Yes, please. This camera, to take pictures. Oh. Can you give us? Yeah, maybe during the. Ready to go? I'll take pictures during the event.
You're gonna do the 1 minute.
Especially if you're sitting in a I like that you brought up original.
That I would give her the issue. I don't give
Could dig her one from 10 years ago.
That's what I meant.
Video thing travels well.
And we want to track, the results from
That much? Just come with an iPad?
Yeah, but you know, then you can like sit in front of
So, I want to make sure.
And have them on your TV?
and they would see you.
But I think you can do that. All smart TVs have cameras here.
Not like that one. What's that one?
So you did it really good.
Our smart TV, even though it's like 5 has apps on it.
And they look. Hi, Dad. Hello. How are you?
That's a small group follow.
Hey, Northern Nevada contingent, can you put your in your so we can see you? Because we can switch it back after you all speak. Want to make sure that we can see Senator Raby. You're just on like a little tiny screen right now.
So much better.
Stay close.
It's right here. Look, so you guys know it's just the one. It's the orange one.
Oh, okay. See that, Winnie? Oh, okay.
Just like that, yeah.
If you have an Alexa, I would talk about the drug deal you have going down,
Winnie?
Did you do the ending? I get your picture by the.
Hey, Winnie? Anyone over there?
I recognize you, and I wouldn't even your name. Hi, I'm Winnie. Nice to meet you. Yes. Thank you for having us. Yeah, this is great. How cool is that?
Did you hear a kind of video?
Oh no, we put you guys on mute real quick, so hold on. Okay. Say it again.
Can you pin your screen so that we can see you when you're talking? Because I had you guys this, and now it's showing us on the big screen.
That should be working. Like when we're talking, you can't. Our screen doesn't blow up big on yours.
Yeah, it doesn't blow up big on ours.
It's on your side. You have to enable that.
I hit the little three. I hit the little like 3 little bars over the screen and just said spotlight the video for you guys, so it made you guys big.
Oh wait, I see it. Can I cancel the spotlight? Is that okay?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put. Oh, I see. Okay. Opinion. Okay, so right now you all are up, and we can switch that. You can cancel whenever you're done speaking this morning. You can cancel the spotlight. Is that okay?
Okay.
You guys are at the beginning.
I know.
That's gonna be. But that doesn't.
So but we have to just do it manually when actually no. We would really just spotlight them the whole time.
I know, but I guess you can't stop. So when I let me see.
You have a lot of speaking to do, so I wanted to make sure you got that.
You get spotlight. It may argue like
Oh.
so like when I do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No change for the
Good morning, Pat. I'm Lindley.
we can't.
Oh, I see.
That makes sense.
Cross spotlight. That makes sense.
Oh, hold on, road.
We're just keeping things like moving. We have lots of
That's
stuff.
the speaker view, because that's just
I don't know if it's like if a sound changes. Speaker view might be able to.
We have that event at the community center.
Like,
Yeah. Okay. Good to see you. Thank you for your support. Hi, Martina. Hey, nice to see you. I'm doing picture.
you do speaker view, the problem is you don't see. They're tough.
That's right.
So,
So large.
do you think the team is it's me?
I'm Drew from Nevada State Bank.
Hi, Drew. I'm Lindley. I'm the outreach coordinator here.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to see you too. Yes.
So you're with United Way?
I'm with Earn.
Okay,
Yeah.
excellent.
United Way is one of our partners.
I had a question. Contact people for anybody coming in. Things like that.
Yeah. We have some collateral that you're welcome to take with you today, and we can also send. Do you have any webinar?
I'll have a chance.
Okay. Well, I can send you. I'll give you my card.
Okay, and I've got mine. That would be very helpful.
Yeah, and it's like.
Morning. How you doing? Sorry.
But anyway, I want to take pictures. Make sure that you're on. We have a question or activity. Are there any important?
We're going to have inquiries. We just want to make sure that we're.
Okay, I'm your person for outreach. Right, there's lots of, fire, there's lots more set up there. So, oh no, so you don't have that all set up. Yeah. No, we have. Okay, so all that's set up. Yeah. I think if you had key intervention points, maybe, but I've never. I think it's part of it that like in my experience, our business life or our don't get traction unless we kind of figure out but I can videotape parts of it that are and basically play those. Yeah, and do that. That sounds good. Yeah. So you can right. But what's the nice thing about Facebook Live is that it has, it tells people that you're on Facebook Live. So, but what we use that more for an event like this is we do introductions for like 4 hours. Facebook Live launch, United Way, we talk about how we're going to and find out more, like that's what I would like you were doing with me, and we would, it's like that.
Good morning. Yeah, we have cross paths. No, but I've been here a few times, no, it's all vacant.
I'm Dana, by the way. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
You told me that you were the
Good morning. Yesterday was
I don't have access to it.
no worries. She knew everybody, you know, from different places. That was the red one is so nice. The food is delicious. They're always is, right? Oh wow, I love it. What about you? Oh yeah. I like it. Yeah, my wife. So I talked to one of the actually our contact. She is our main agent. She has whatever we need. Right. Exactly what it is.
So I don't think that the brand is
It's not a big one. I guess
Nice to meet you. Hey there, there's the IO. So that's why I wanted to
it was
Oh yeah, you were calling us from.
I get it.
I got a picture. Up in the front probably good, or I'm here.
I'll be happy to hear. That's Megan.
Tony's an easy from, got a little bit of your side up there. Ow. Looks like it does.
Oh, she did?
Charming.
What was her position?
She was vice president of security. How are you doing today? I think that's why it's so
Thank you. Yeah.
And look where you're at.
No,
The mayor. Thank you very much. Email that. And I'll say, I'll be
I go to Hawaii when I go, but like the occasions that I get to go all the time. And then when I get here, like I want to, but that's just like we're gonna try. Like I should get there. Something have to hear about it. Okay, yeah. You do work with our neighborhood. Yes. It's a whole brain. Yeah. Nice meeting you. I'm alone at the shop. I wanted to make sure that I did my job.
Good morning, everyone. How are we?
Great.
Excellent. Good. Well, my name is Scott Emerson. I'm the president and CEO for your local United Way here in Southern Nevada. And it is my pleasure today to be part of this great partnership with EARN and the Nevada Bankers Association for SaverLife Nevada. And, I just want to say that it's great to have you all here today. Governor Sandoval has also indicated his support for this program, although he couldn't be with us today. So it's a really important thing. And I'm excited because it's the first kind of statewide savings program to keep people from dropping into poverty. And I can tell you that as we deal with families every day, as the nonprofits in our community work with them, that is a real risk. It's a real concern that they have. Most of them are just one paycheck away from becoming homeless, or not being able to pay their bills, or having to make hard choices. Choices such as, do I get food or do I get medicine? Do I take care of my child or do I have to do something else with that money? So this simple act of conditioning folks to save is incredibly important for sustainability for a lot of our families here in Nevada. The United Way is a problem solver, and one of our things is we like to pull people together when there are issues when no one agency can solve it alone. And this is a perfect example. We were very grateful to be invited into this partnership around SaverLife Nevada. And this act alone can save thousands of families from becoming homeless or dropping into poverty. And I just want us to pause for a moment and reflect on that. We're not talking anecdotal numbers here. These are people, these are lives that can actually be saved because of the work that you do and this coalition does. So we're live streaming with our counterparts today in Reno as well. And I'd like to introduce my counterparts, Michael Frazier. He's the president and CEO for United Way of Northern Nevada here. So Michael.
Yep, I was fixing the video. Thanks, Scott. Hello from Reno. Building a habit of small dollar savings and the incentive that SaverLife provides to create this habit is a critical step to help families. And we know that here at United Way of Northern Nevada this year. It is part of the base work that we do, and the foundation of everything that we do is strengthening families. And it aligns perfectly with what the SaverLife program does. The savings cushion created by SaverLife will have a direct and immediate impact on family and people in needs in our community. And to tell you a little bit more about that is Senator Julie Ray.
So, hello everybody, and thank you so much for coming today. This is an incredibly important topic where we are working on building assets for people who need them. My personal story is I was a young nonprofit professional who went to a youth network meeting, and we had a wonderful speaker who embarrassed the crap out of all of us by quizzing us on financial literacy and teaching us that we really didn't know what we were talking about, and then how therefore were we going to support the young people that we were trying to help. So I got a wake-up call when I was really young, and I'm very thankful for that opportunity to learn early in my life about the importance of saving. I'm so thrilled to be here today because we know that so many of our low-income families in Nevada are struggling with this challenge of saving money and building assets. And we know that building assets is the one thing that will help people lift themselves out of poverty. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. Happy to represent Northern Nevada, and keep up the good work.
Thank you very much. So it's my pleasure to introduce to you today our moderator, Phyllis Bergovich from the Nevada Bankers Association. Phyllis, come on up.
Well, good morning. Thank you all for being here. As was mentioned, I'm Phyllis Bergovich, and I'm president and CEO of the Nevada Bankers Association. I'm just really here to tell you how proud we are to be a SaverLife Nevada partner. Before I get started, I wanted to thank all of the elected officials who are here and supportive of this effort. We heard from Senator Julia Ray up north. We're going to hear in a little bit from Senator Ivana Kinsella and Senator Scott Hammond. In addition, we have representatives here from all of our federal elected offices. We've got up north in Reno, Katie Pace with Senator Heller's office. Miguel Davila here with Senator Cortez Masto's office. From District 1, Craig Valdez is here from Congresswoman Tyrus's office. Back up north, Tracy Spears with Congressman Amade's office up in District 2. Aga Pinkerton is here in Las Vegas with Tony Rosen's office in District 3 and Leanne Human's office in District 4. So thank you all. And I also wanted to recognize Assemblywoman Irene Bustamante Adams, who's right here in the yellow. Thank you so much for being here. Assemblywoman Bustamante Adams chaired the interim committee on financial stability and has a long-time planning for financial literacy and stability. Thank you all. Oh, and I do want to do a quick shout out to the banks that are our sponsors and are funding this. So, my toss your hand up from Federal Home Loan Bank, Charles Schwab Bank, JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, U.S. Bank, Nevada State Bank, and Valley Bank. Thank you for your generous support. Lastly, I want to mention that we are very thankful to have the support from Governor Sandoval's office and his team. Don't want to leave anybody out because these days we're talking a lot about people being left behind in our community, in our state, and across the United States. Working on this program and pulling this together, many of us were surprised, but frankly shocked to learn that 43.5% of Nevada residents have little to no savings to help them with their cover of their basic expenses. On top of that, 45.2% of the households in Nevada not set aside any extra savings for emergencies during the past year. This is why Nevada Bankers Association really cares deeply about creating a culture of savings in our state through Nevada. Our goal, we want to create widespread awareness and energy around saving in our community, and we want to motivate thousands, if not all Nevadans, to start and keep saving. SaverLife started as a collaboration between the banks and grew into a network of partners, including nonprofits and financial institutions, and we're all working to make lasting change in our community. Now I'd like to introduce Senator Ilana Kinsella. Senator has been a champion for workers across the state and has worked to make sure that working families have the protections that they need.
They wanted to pull the mic down.
Good morning. Good morning. I think it is a wonderful showing of our community when we have private, nonprofit, and public sector representatives all getting behind the program. It shows we really have a good idea. So thanks to everyone in this room who has helped get us to this moment. And I'm hopeful that a year from now, we'll be celebrating the success of this program. SaverLife is tremendously important, not only statewide, but especially to folks like those 38% in my district who make less than $25,000 a year. Think about that. At $25,000 a year, you're one catastrophic event away from homelessness, from over-reliance on payday lenders or credit cards, and it puts you in a terrible sense of stress when you have that hanging over you. How do we remedy that? We get people to think differently about their finances, and that's what SaverLife does. It gives people, like the folks in my district, the tools to be able to be financially literate, financially smart, and to have that savings so that when a catastrophic event occurs, because inevitably they do, they're able to stay away from really bad situations. And personally, I wish I had had access to a similar kind of program. I've experimented in every kind of way to get to a place where I finally understand how to be financially smart. And people shouldn't have to go through trial and error and ups and downs of their finances to be able to succeed. And so I'm tremendously grateful to EARN, the Nevada Bankers Association, to our partners here at United Way and across the state who have helped get us to this moment. And I look forward to working on making sure that the state is involved in making the program succeed. So thank you. Thank you, Senator. Now I'd like to introduce next the Chief Impact Officer for EARN, and EARN is the nonprofit behind SaverLife, David Derrick.
Thanks for the introduction, Billy.
Thanks to all of you for taking the time today to come and to actually talk about this important issue. David. My name is David Derrick. I'm the Chief Impact Officer for EARN, the nonprofit behind SaverLife. At EARN, we know that savings works. Studies have shown us that just $250 to $750 in savings can stop an emergency from becoming a crisis. It is really those moments that we need to try to support. For the past 15 years, EARN has been serving hardworking Americans, helping to build a savings habit, positive bank balance, and lifelong financial stability. We launched SaverLife in 2016 to transform how technology can help people to save, how it can help them to become more stable in their financial lives and to save for the future. SaverLife provides our savers with tools, support, and incentives they need for savings. Today, we have more than 100,000 people who have signed up for our program, and people are saving now in excess of $584 on average. So if we think about it, this program is really trying to push people towards being part of that emergency, that crisis. What makes our program successful is that it's really simple and it's secure. All you need is an email address and online banking. Participants then receive digital content, incentivized saving, and also prizes to continue to have it. But what's more important than the numbers is actually to hear from people who have used our platform. So I'd like to introduce Pat Smith. Come on up.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Pat Smith, and I am the program director for the Nevada Free Taxes Coalition. We're the nonprofit organization that administers the VITA program here. Like EARN, NFTC helps to build financial stability. When I learned about SaverLife, I thought it would be a perfect fit for our VITA program. But first, I wanted to experience SaverLife myself. For most of my life, I focused on getting through all the chaotic things, being a working mother. Savings was something I always thought about, and I said, well, I'll do it after the bills are paid, or after all the needs are taken care of and all the wants are paid. Needless to say, it didn't happen. As I got older, I figured kids are gone, expenses go down, savings increases. Logical, right? Didn't happen. I think this is what happens with most people. Life happens and savings doesn't. So I signed up with SaverLife. It was easy. Just like that, I was saving. SaverLife supported my savings with motivational emails, reminders, congratulations when I met my goals, and encouragement when I fell behind. Another fun feature was I would get these emails with scratchers when I made my goals. So I do my little scratcher and might have got an extra little incentive. So at the end of the 6 months, I was awarded my incentive payment, but I didn't stop saving. And SaverLife didn't stop resisting. I continue to receive emails from SaverLife, and I still get my emails with the scratcher. So I look forward to that, and it keeps me on track. It keeps me motivated. More importantly, I continue to save. Helping people with their taxes alleviates a big expense, but it only helps them in one instance. With SaverLife, you can help people create lifelong saving habits, and that can change lives. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to introduce our State Senator Scott Hamlin. We're thrilled to have him participate in this program. It's just a really natural fit considering people in their lives. Serving the community through advocacy, education, and as a state senator.
Well, first of all, thank you for those really nice words, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of this program. I didn't know if I could speak for a minute or longer today. I'll just say this: there's two reasons that I'm happy to be a part of this program. One, I remember right before I began my my public service life, I remember
in South Africa. And it was then that I took note that savings is not just a problem we have here in the United States, worldwide. It's not just a problem we have here in the state of Nevada, in South Africa, and other areas, that people do not save. And so they do live their life in sort of a risk factor, seeing one crisis that turns to another, this domino effect. And I knew that I wanted to do something about that, but not just because I've seen it or listened to it on a podcast or read about it in an article. I've read just recently that 65% of Americans have no savings or no savings whatsoever. So it's not just epidemic here in the state of Nevada. So I really wanted to help out. I was thrilled to come down with me as a conference and closer to sit down with me and explain the program to me. It's all about 60 seconds for me to say yes to helping out. Little did they know my background. Had they known some of the things that I'll tell you right now, they probably should have asked me for more, because I probably would have said yes to more than just coming here and speaking today. As I grew up, I was raised primarily by a single mother, and she had gone through lots of hardships, so I know what we're talking about. I know exactly what it feels like, because you go from one crisis to another, a tire goes flat or goes bad, and now all of a sudden you can't use your car, your vehicle to get to a job, and then you're late to your job. That happens for a couple of days in a row. The next thing you know, you find that your boss is not happy with you, you're laid off from that work, and then you have to go find another appointment. It just kind of snowballs. It doesn't seem like you can get anywhere in life. And all it takes is to have a little bit of savings in that bank account. Just a little bit of savings to keep you fighting from one crisis to another. I know that eventually my mother, my family, I had 3 siblings at the time. We eventually we met a couple that wanted to help us out. They gave us their barn, and we're retrofitting it so we can actually live in the barn, because we just had split into that crisis where we just never get out of paying last month's bills this month, and then worrying about next month will be another month. But we'll worry about that when we get there. We'll find out whether or not we can get winter clothes. This is a very cold climate. So when you talk about a program that says, hey, you can just save $250, $750 a month, you can actually be, instead of a crisis reactor, you can be an emergency manager. You can start managing what you're doing in life and making choices what to do the next day, instead of having that choice made for you because you're in that hole. That's what I love when you came to me and said, we're going to start a program. And we're going to put a lot of effort in here, and there's going to be a lot of financial institutions that are going to put a lot of effort into this. I'm excited to be a part of that, because I'd like to help those families. I know I can't help everybody. The story of the child who's on the beach, taking a starfish after a bad storm, there's thousands of them. You can want to go all that, don't have to do the time to do them all, but you'd like to pick up at least one or two and see if you can do something to help them out. And so for me, being a part of that program, and being a part of this program starting today, is picking up that starfish, throwing it back, and see if I can't help another one after that. So I thank you again for the time and the opportunity to be here today. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Now just a little fun for all the bankers in the room. Next up, we have a regulator. I'd like to introduce and welcome Commissioner Burns, who is Commissioner of the Nevada Business and Industry Financial Institutions Division, State of Nevada. Right?
Thank you, Phyllis. That's a whole lot of introductions to the fact that I just try and help my banks get through everything in our economy. I would like to just take this opportunity to commend the Nevada Bankers Association for their leadership and for citing SaverLife as a great example of what can happen when financial institutions work together for the common good. I also commend everyone today for creating the first statewide campaign to bring financial stability to our families through savings. Finally, I commend all of those that will avail themselves of this program so that when life happens, they will not have to make financial decisions out of desperation. They will be able to make decisions from the resiliency that savings provides. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce you to Tony Schaaf, and he is the Executive Director and the Market Director of Banking for JP Morgan Chase, who is one of our generous funds.
Good morning, everyone. I wanted to first start off with a question and ask you guys, what are you saving for? So what are you saving for is our motto at Chase. If I ask a couple of you right now, what are you saving for? Kim, what are you saving for?
Vacation.
Vacation. David, what are you saving for?
Kids college. Kids college. You ask anybody in this room what they're saving for, they usually light up. And that creates that confidence in the savings plan. So today is Thursday,
And I wanted to do a little throwback Thursday. Like Senator Hammond, going back to his life as a child. My mom was a single mom of two rowdy boys here in Las Vegas. Went through a messy divorce with my dad. Came out to Las Vegas with $200 in his pocket with a cashier or a change lady at Bingo College. Bingo College. Throwback Thursday. Allocation now. Went on to blackjack dealer at Shopping Canada for 18 years. Later on, I found out
while we were living in the garage of my mom's friend's house for 2-3 years, while we were living, I get choked up a little bit. Well, we were living, three of us,
me, my brother, and my mom, in a bedroom of her friend's house for years.
Found out later, it was because she had a disciplined savings plan coach. She was going through the struggle and the grind to
leave a better life in the future. And I was setting aside 50% of her savings every single day from her tips, opening up her little manila envelope and putting away $20 or $40, 50% every single day for years and years and years to save her a down payment on a house that she bought 4 years after saving. So we bought a house in Spring Valley up here in Buffalo. Lived in it for about 10 years. She got remarried and she's got a better life now. But it was that grind that she went through, that we lived through as young kids, that made me a better saver growing up. So that started at that young, early age for all of our community. And they don't have savings plans. They don't have something that they're passionate about saving for. Saving for, it's going to be difficult for them to save because they're going through that paycheck to paycheck struggle. So I think we have a duty for our community. I'm glad that SaverLife chose Nevada to kick off a statewide campaign. I was speaking to them earlier. This is officially the first state that they've adopted for this campaign. And SaverLife has over 100,000 members nationally that they started on this journey with earn.org to help create the savings.
So we're excited to support
earn.org and a long-term funding effort for them to support this innovation to help the savings plan movement. We have for all you guys help as well in Nevada to move this forward. So I'm going to turn it back over to Phyllis and thank you for your time.
Thank you, Tony, for sharing about JP Morgan and think your personal experience. To close out the program, we have another banker, another NBA member, and a board member, and another supporting sponsor, I guess. Brian Cook is the president of Charles Schwab Trust.
Well, good morning. It's my pleasure to be here today on behalf of Charles Schwab and the Nevada Bankers Association. I'm going to scare the people that put this together. I'm going to go off script slightly. I just wanted to talk personally. So I've been in Nevada for about 3 years. And I came from Phoenix before that, Chicago before that. And when I heard that Nevada was chosen as the first statewide program, it made perfect sense to me. Because as a newcomer, I know a lot of us moved here. The one thing that I found in Nevada is a great community. Nevada is a welcoming state, a fantastic pride and loyalty, and really good community. And so I think a year from now, we're going to be celebrating a fantastic success. So to get back to the closing remarks again, thank you for the opportunity to be here. I do have a call to action for all of you, and that's to share this. Share this information with your friends, with your family, with your community, with your church. Whether you're an elected official, part of a financial institution, a member of a nonprofit, SaverLife is information that you can share with your clients and your And please get this information out there. Everyone has information on SaverLife on their tables. We also have information on SaverLife at saverlife.org/Nevada. And for all of you that are social media savvy or your marketing departments, we can put this on social media as well. And please do that. Before we close, I do want anyone who's here from EARN, either here in Reno, please raise your hand. Okay, right over here. And then the United Way of Southern Nevada or Northern Nevada. Okay, so for the rest of you in the room, please talk to those people who raised their hand. Talk to them about how you and your organization can get involved. This is a great program. It's going to be a fantastic success, and everyone in here should be a part of it. So with that, I'll just say thank you. It's my pleasure to be here today. This is an amazing program, and I'll turn it back over to Bill.
Program. We do the questions now. We can take questions. And I'll get somebody up here who can actually answer them.
I don't have a question, I have a comment. I had heard mentioned that the focus is on low-income families. 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. We don't have 78% of Americans as low-income families. This is affecting 10% earning $100,000 and more. So this is affecting Americans in a significant way. The fact that Nevada is now on board with this is tremendous, but it isn't just for low-income families. I think we have to understand that. If you're earning $100,000 and more, and you're on the brink of financial disaster with 10% at that brink, we have to be doing something in a very significant way. So congratulations to all of us for adopting this.
Great, it is a great comment. Financial literacy education across the board for everyone. Any other questions or comments that we can answer this time? Well, then thank you all for coming, and remember to find those EARN and United Way folks and learn more on how you can help. Thank you.
Yeah.